Call of Duty pistols are usually either really simple or really strong. But what happens when a pistol gets a little too strong? What is up, everybody? Jimmy or Chaos, welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to be looking at 10 of the most hated pistols in Call of Duty history. For this list, all kinds of pistols will be eligible, meaning both standard handguns and machine pistols. Yeah, we're going to mix it up a little bit. As long as it's in the secondary weapon category and is a pistol of some kind, it's eligible. So you let me know which of these pistols you hated the most. Drop a like. And at number 10, the Diamatti in Warzone 2020, the 3-round burst pistol that was added to the OG Warzone as part of the Black Ops Cold War update, which was infamously broken and not properly tested. The Diamattis had an absolutely incredible damage profile in Warzone, often killing a fully armored enemy with 2 bursts. It also featured extremely light accuracy from the hip and when aiming down the sights. It did not take people long to realize just how broken the Diamatti was in akimbo form in Warzone, and that is why it makes the list. Not only was the damage way too high for a game like Warzone, but the akimbo version of the gun, blatantly overpowered. There's no reason for a pistol to be this powerful, and since it was a secondary, it meant you could just start running Ghost on your custom classes to stay off the radar while you ran around with it. If somebody got too close, all you had to do was whip out your Diamattis, pull the triggers a couple times, and that was that. And did you know you could put 30 rounds in each pistol's magazine for some reason? Yeah, I mean, thanks for that one, guys. That's awesome. Super well-balanced addition to the game. Thankfully, the Diamattis were patched up in early 2021, but for a while, they were one of the most hated pistols in COD history. Just way too good. Before we get to number 9, guys, do me a favor. There are 2 links in the description. One of them takes you straight to the new Team Chaos Discord. Get over there, get verified, get involved with the community. The other link takes you straight to become a member of the Team Chaos live streams. That's right, we are live streaming on this channel 5 to 6 days a week. Black Ops 6, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Marvel Rivals, you name it, single player campaigns. We're going to do all kinds of stuff, and we are already going. December is kind of a soft launch, and then 2025, January, things are going to be huge. So I would love to see you guys over there. At number 9, the M93 Raffica in Modern Warfare 2 2009. This is a classic example of a pistol that we all loved using, but we all hated going up against. 3-round burst pistol, fired at over 900 rounds per minute, only needed 3 shots to kill somebody if you were using stopping power. It was literally just the COD 4 M16 in the body of a handgun, and yes, that's satisfying to one-burst somebody from 30 meters away, but it's super annoying to be the one getting one-bursted from 30 meters away. The M93 has become part of COD history, with many calling it one of the best pistols in the franchise, which I agree with, but nobody can deny. It was frustrating to get instantly deleted by this thing from so far away. It was a little bit ridiculous. At number 8, the MP9 in Modern Warfare 3 2011. The machine pistol that was quite literally an SMG in the pistol category, and I don't know why Sledgehammer did this. Maybe they were trolling. The Modern Warfare 3 MP9 had a 32-round default mag. I'm not kidding. That's the default. Fired at 900 rounds per minute, hit for 33 base damage, really long distance on it, made it a 4-shot kill to the body, and a 3-shot kill if you landed at least 1 headshot. The time to kill in the MP9 was insane. It would kill faster than a lot of the SMGs and assault rifles in the game up close, and it had a bigger default magazine than most of the SMGs and assault rifles as well, and you could run it in akimbo form to speed up the time to kill even more. I'm confused. I am. Why Sledgehammer put the MP9 in the machine category? Because, once again, it was an SMG. Had all the stats and appeals of an SMG, just had the handling speeds of a pistol. You could throw it in your back pocket and just go to town. It alone completely invalidated the overkill perk in this game, because why would you run overkill for a second primary weapon when you just throw on the MP9 and have a full-fledged SMG in your back pocket to bail you out? I mean, I love the gun. I had it on a lot of my classes, but it shouldn't have been so good. At number 7, the Cap 40 in Black Ops 2. This is a full auto handgun that was arguably better than all of the SMGs, or at least maybe all of them but one in Black Ops 2, which is actually what got it banned from competitive play shortly after the game came out. The pistol, fired at 930 rounds per minute, could kill in as few as 3 bullets. Had an extremely fast reload animation. You never got caught with your pants down. The default mag was pretty impressive, 15 rounds, which is more than enough to blast through somebody who's getting a little too close. It was always frustrating to sneak up on somebody who was sniping or using some kind of long-range gun, but then seeing them quickly swap to the Cap 40 and just take you out. Wasn't quite as ridiculous as the MP9 to me, but it gets a slightly higher spot because it was the first pistol to be completely banned from competitive play. That's kind of wild. At number 6, the Mozu in Black Ops 4. I love this pistol because of how freaking cheesy it was, but that cheese is also the reason why a lot of people hated it, and I understand. The Mozu revolver had the infamous skull splitter attachment, would make it an insta-kill to the head no matter how much health or armor the target had. That led to some pretty obnoxious playstyles from people just running around, popping people in the head before sliding away as if nothing ever happened. There were also people who would throw the 3x sight on the Mozu and just sit in the corner somewhere so they could get a bunch of cheap insta-kills from a safe distance before they relocated so they couldn't be hunted down by somebody they just pissed off again. I love the gun, and there's something cheesy about using it. That's fun. I can't deny, though, how frustrating it was if the Skull Splitter attachment was on it and it got used against me. I got really, really mad. At number 5. The FMG9 in Modern Warfare 3 2011. If I'm putting it at number 5, you know things are about to get ridiculous for the rest of this video. Insane recoil, yes. Very fast time to kill, yes. If you equip 2 of them at the same time, almost all the recoil went away for some reason, and you were treated to one of the most insane kill times in COD history. A few weeks into the game's life cycle, a patch was pushed out to increase that akimbo recoil and widen the hipfire spread, but then you just ran Steady Aim Pro. Still a monster. Quickly became one of the most hated things in the entire game because of how easy it was to host people with 1,000,000 bullets, erase them from the map. You didn't have to try. I mean, how many of you got angry Xbox Live messages from people after you killed them with the FMG9s? Don't lie. How many people, or how many of you experienced the entire lobby roasting somebody for having the FMG9s in their back pocket? The community hated these things, but they didn't hate them as much as the community hated these. At number 4, the Marshall in Black Ops Cold War. The Marshals were added as DLC to Cold War as part of Season 5. Quickly became one of the most hated things in the entire game, just like its old brother from Black Ops 3, which we'll talk about in a minute. Double-barreled shotgun pistol. Yeah, insane damage, single shot. Awesome. If you're using 2 at once, you could clean up entire enemy teams with a few shot. Fantastic. Especially if you were loading it with incendiary shells like true D-bags did. Now, the Black Ops Cold War Marshals weren't locked behind supply drops, but they were still some of the most hated guns in the game because of how toxic they were. That akimbo shotgun form, come on. Especially if they set you on fire in the process while they were blasting you back to the lobby. And it seemed like whenever you were playing on one of the smaller maps, there was always somebody whipping them out of their back pocket, blowing you away when you thought you had them cornered. Getting insta-killed by a pistol never feels good. Getting insta-killed by something like this was extra humiliating, and then on top of it, getting set on fire. Seriously. At number 3. The 357 in Modern Warfare 2019 and Warzone, the Snake Shot era. The 357 revolver launched with an ammo conversion called Snake Shots, would swap the Magnum rounds out for shotgun rounds, essentially turning the 357 into a good version of the Executioner from Black Ops 2. I say good because the Executioner was bad. But when Infinity Ward added the Akimbo perk to pistols with the update in early 2020, they forgot. And people discovered just how broken the Snake Shots were when you were using 2. Akimbo 357 Snake Shots were easily the best secondary weapon in the game. I mean, because of how long the one-shot kill range was and how easy they were to control. In standard Modern Warfare multiplayer, they could delete you instantly from stupid distances. And in Warzone, not only were they incredibly good as a secondary weapon choice because of the damage, but they also eliminated the need for the overkill perk on your custom class, meaning everyone was now running Ghost, and the UAV was basically rendered useless. It took a long time for them to be properly nerfed, but until they were, they caused a ton of grief in both modes. They weren't just overpowered in terms of damage. The fact that they were a secondary weapon, it was a slap in the face. At number 2, the Psychoff in Modern Warfare 2019. The only sidearm more hated, I think, than the 357 Snake Shots was the original Psychoff. Now, granted, the reasons for this hatred have been largely patched out during the first week or 2 of the pistol's existence, but they were brutal. Basically just the Makarov from Black Ops 1. Tiny, unimpressive, but reliable. So why was it hated? Well, because Infinity Ward thought it would be a fantastic idea to not only give it an 80-round drum mag for a pistol, but also give it a full auto attachment and a powerful laser sight to tighten the hipfire spread, and you could run it with 2. The Psychoff pistols were literally just the Akimbo FMG9s, but with 80 rounds in each mag. People were shredding through shipment like it was nothing. Infinity Ward sprung into action pretty quickly. They hit it with the Nerf hammer after a week or 2, but that brief period of time where the Psychoffs were running wild, it was wow. It was wow. You may never have experienced it, but if you did, you probably agree with me for putting it this high on the list. I kid you not when I say shipment was basically unplayable until they patched it out. And at number 1 today, the most hated pistols, easy, the Marshall 16 in Black Ops 3. I wanted to pick a pistol that was not only hated for its power, but also hated for the way it was distributed. The shotgun pistol that was insanely strong, especially in akimbo form. It was absolutely filthy gun to use, but the reason it was so hated is because it was locked behind RNG supply drops, meaning only a very small fraction of the community ever got to experience them. You could spend hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars on supply drops and never get the Marshals. You could also open one supply drop and get the Marshals. If you were lucky enough to get them and add them to your inventory, you had a blatant advantage over everyone else in close range situations because the Marshals were insanely overpowered. I'm pretty sure they were never nerfed. I'm pretty sure. One-shot kill range, generous. Since you could run 2 at a time, you completely dominated entire lobbies with a single pull of the trigger. I guess 2 pulls of the trigger. I'm being specific. For being completely overpowered and locked behind a terrible RNG system, the Marshall 16 earns the title of being the most hated pistol in COD history. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon.